What's up everyone, this is GM with another product. This is eLements Z-88 mechanical gaming keyboard. This keyboard has red switches which are very soft sounding when pressed, softer than both brown and blue switches. These custom mechanical switches are designed for longevity, responsiveness, and durability. They are anti-ghosting 81 keys and key rollover, allowing multiple keys to work simultaneously with high speed. Each key is controlled by independent switches, letting you enjoy high-grade gaming with fast response. They have 10-mode RGB backlighting and color flashing speed, double-shot injection molded keycaps for clear backlight and long-term durability. No driver is needed. Made of top ABS and metal material with matte finish, texture, and gold-plated USB connector. It is sturdy and robust. It works on PCs and Macs. I've tested on both and it has worked for me. The keys are replaceable. The keyboard is about 12.2 by 4.8 by 1.4 inches and weighs about 1.6 pounds. That is really small and light for a mechanical keyboard. It's water resistant with a drain hole, and it has a 30-day hassle-free money-back guarantee and 12-month warranty. So in the box, of course, we have the keyboard, and then it comes with a keycap removal tool, switch remover tool, 5 spare switches, which I'll show a little bit later. And it also has a manual that's both in English and Chinese. Pretty much everything I go over should be in the manual. So I like to start by showing the bottom. You'll notice that the wire is detachable, so I'm going to do that real quick. And it's just a micro USB to USB, nothing fancy, which is good, because that means you can replace it with any micro USB to USB cable, which is, of course, very handy in case something happens to this wire, or, you know, you just want a shorter or longer wire. So it also has, like, these little things to hold it in place, so I'm going to close the stands. So you can put it in through here to hold in place, and then it can also go down one side or the other and be placed, so that's nice to keep the wire kind of constant, kind of save a little bit of space too. Now, it also comes with drain holes. So, as I mentioned, it is water resistant, and it has drain holes here, here, and here. So if you do get water on it, it should drain out through the bottom there. And then it also, of course, is gold-plated USB connector, anti-interference electromagnetic loop, and an aluminum alloy panel, of course. It has kickstands right here and here. And it has nice rubber on the kickstands as well as in the corners. So that's good. It won't skid around much. It shouldn't at all, honestly. For me, it hasn't. Okay, so I went ahead and plugged in the keyboard. As you can see, it starts off as the default setting as red. A constant red as well. I'm going to go over some basic things first, so that way I don't have to continuously show them as I go through the different effects. So, of course, if you hold function and the Windows key, it will lock it. You can see it's been changed. The color's been changed, and then of course caps lock and all those. So then if you want to change the brightness, it says in the user manual that it has 4 levels of brightness. I count it as 5 though, so I count this as 1, and then this is to change it up and down. So you press function and then down. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It might have been kind of hard to tell if it was getting brighter or darker because my camera will adjust for it a bit, but I do like that it has the 5 different brightness levels. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you how to switch colors. For some modes, you can obviously change the color for that mode. So you use the function and the plus or minus. So plus will go up, and let's start with red first of all, then plus, and we got yellow, green, which is kind of a darkish forest green, light blue, dark blue, pink or purple, depending on what you decide, white, and then once you reach the limit, you can't go any farther up, so then you use the minus to go down. Now for the modes. To switch modes, you hold function and press page down, which has this little cycling symbol on it. So I'll go and switch it real quick. So this is the first lighting mode, which is just steady mode, and the second one is this one, which is a breathing mode, but it only breathes on that one color. So this breathing mode currently is, when you switch modes, it'll start off at like the middle speed, and you can adjust the speed up to and down to. So in order to move it up by 1, you press function and the right key, and if you want to move it down, you press function and the left key. So I'll go ahead and max it out real quick. Again, like I said, my keyboard or my camera might make it a little hard to tell that's actually breathing. But yeah, so it's all the way up right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it all the way down. Unfortunately, when it's all the way down, it breathes so slowly, you really can't tell that it's breathing. Like, the transition's so smooth that you can't tell, which is a nice thing, honestly. And then, of course, when it's all the way up, it does move a little bit faster, so it's a little easier to tell when it's switching. And if you want to switch colors for which one is breathing, you can just press the plus or minus like I showed you before, and it'll breathe for whatever color you set it to. Let's see, one's a little bit darker, might be a little easier to tell if it's breathing or not. Anyway, so the next one, which is mode 2, is, mode 3, which is gamer mode. So you should be able to see that the escape key is lit, WASD is lit, and then the arrow keys are lit. This is a default gamer mode. It'll just keep it steady, which is nice if, honestly, for a lot of games, WASD or arrow keys are what you mainly need. So it's nice to be able to have those lit up. And then let's go to the next one, which is neon mode. What's pretty much happening here is it's switching between the colors, so I can speed that up. So you can see it's switching a lot faster now. And of course I can change the brightness for that too, so I went ahead and dimmed it down as much as I could, then back to the brightest. And then if I press function and left, you'll see it's going to transition a lot slower. So let me go ahead and switch to the next one, which is key lighting mode. And how this works is if I press a key, it'll light up for a period of time, and each time I press it will be different, but only after the light's gone out. So here, I'll do something a little bit more towards the center so it might be a little easier to see. So you'll see every time it switches what color it is. Now if I continuously press it though, it'll stay that one color. It might be a little hard to tell since my hand is in the way, but since I'm continuously pressing, it doesn't have time to turn off and then switch colors. So that's a nice little one that you can do, so if you're like gaming a lot, you can just continuously be pressing that. So the next, and then of course you can also change how quickly and how slowly it switches between them. So next mode, this one is called drift, and this one, as you can see, it has the option to have it as a rainbow going down. I'll go ahead and switch it to one color so it's a little bit easier to tell that's drifting. So it's like pulsing kind of back and forth, and of course you can speed that up. So there I've sped it up to the max and then slow it down. So when it's slowed down, it's a little harder to tell that it's doing that. But then I like the fact that it has the all color mode where you can have it like a gradient of colors. And of course, like I said, you can adjust brightness for all of these. The next one. This one is running mode. So as you'll see, it's snaking downward. It's like obviously running. And you can of course increase the speed. So there it goes a lot faster. And then once it reaches this bottom corner, it goes back the other way. I wonder if I can switch the direction. No, I cannot. So then you can also slow it down so it does it a lot slower going down. And now for the next one. This one is ripple. It's called drip ripple, but pretty much how it works is like if you press a key, it'll ripple outward from there. So as you can see, it's just rippling outward. And you can of course speed that up. So now when I press it, it spreads out a lot faster, or I can slow it down. So now it takes a lot longer to spread out. And now I'll go to the next one, which is, so this one is, it kind of bursts the color around the surrounding keys. So if I press H, it will light up the keys above, below, and next to it. Space, it only does these three keys above it. But yeah, so pretty much that's what's happening with that. You can also change it so it only does it one color all around it. So you see it every time I press it, it'll do all of it white or all of it pink / purple. Let me go back to the other one though. So yeah, let's go to this next one. And then this one is just a streamer. Literally it's just going to be streaming across this keyboard, and it is multicolored. And what I like about this, so let's go and speed it up first. So you can see it speeds up really quickly, but then you can also slow it down to the point where it doesn't move. You can literally have it to where it just stays a multicolor going across, and it'll just stay like this. And then if you want to change it by like a little bit at a time so you can adjust it exactly how you want it, you can do that. So let's say I want it like that, then I can just stop it by slowing it down again. Alright, so let's say you want to turn it back to factory settings, all you would have to do is hold function and escape. It'll do green, red, then blue across, and then it'll go back to the factory setting, which is just where it starts off as red. Of course, it has the multimedia keys up here, F1 through F12. You'd hold function and that specific key to do whatever task you wanted to do. My favorite thing about this keyboard is the size. It is so small. It's honestly, I'm surprised how small it is. Some other keyboards I've seen that don't have the secondary number pad here usually have like this big space, empty space where they just put the logo. They didn't want to waste your space by doing that, and they just put the logo on the space bar, which I appreciate. And then they also just, instead of making these keys go across here, so usually how it works is these arrow keys would be a little bit over, and then these keys right here would go across. So then the logo would be like right here, and it would take up an extra couple inches. So it saves a lot of space, perfect for traveling. Yeah, so another nice thing about this keyboard, I'm gonna go and grab the tools I was talking about. So I'll move the keyboard out of the way a bit, and I'll go and empty this out right here. So it comes with 5 extra switches, as you can see here. Comes with 5 of them, and then this is the keycap removal tool, and this is a switch removal tool. I have a bunch of keyboards, and none of them came with the switch removal tool or the extra keys or extra switches, which is very, very handy. Some of them do come with the keycap removal tool, and the reason you might want to use a keycap removal tool is, well, if you want to replace your keys, the caps on them. Let's say you have like fancier keycaps, ones that are gold, and you want to replace these with those gold ones, you could do that. Or if they're just kind of worn out, you can also replace it. So I'll put a link in the description below, as well as pinned in the comments, for a tutorial on how to just really quickly use this tool and remove these keycaps. It's very simple, honestly, but I'll just do it just so people don't feel like hesitant because they're afraid. You know, when I first did it, I was afraid, oh, I'll remove it and I won't be able to put it back on, I'll break it or something. But it's really not gonna happen, so don't worry. Alright everyone, that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe. The link to this product is in the description below. If you have any questions, leave a comment below or tweet me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for joining me.